Now that he's got this reversal, Dunk is in a weight class all his own, and he completely starts to overpower Arian here. But this isn't just a wrestling contest. Arian's armed, and he puts that dagger to good use to try to reverse the situation. It has definitely broken its way through some of these links, but it looks like enough of the mail is holding that it is not allowing it to penetrate further. Now that he's reversed it, he can start to go for a more lethal target. This is also something that comes up in some of the fencing manuals, where you might not be able to get to the really vital target, but you're able to soften them up by attacking other places that they're going to have a hard time to defend until you can open them up for something more fight-ending. Up next is my favorite move in the whole fight, this gorgeous beat into a cover, including a grapple. This is something that I actually personally like to use when I'm fencing. If I'm trying to make a grapple happen, it is one of my favorite ways to close the distance. This opening move here is probably the most martially dubious of anything that happens in this whole battle. Now, if you're going to do a spin like this, I do at least like how he kind of sets this up by at least clearing the space with his shield first to buy himself the time to make that attack. In order to perform this cut, he has thrown his arm all the way back behind himself at maximum extension. This is a purely percussive snap with the blade. There is no way this could continue on to actually make a meaningful cut through the target, but then Dunk gets this lovely hand parry against the thrust as it's coming in. And then Arian reverses it and comes back in with some more of those gorgeous false edge and long edge alternations and just starts hammering in thrusts where he can get them. Arian goes for a sword throw here, which you think I might take some issue with, but it's a calculated risk. It can potentially give him the distraction he needs to get in close, which it does. And of course, a crossguard makes for a lovely improvised warhammer, and he drives it in for Dunk's visor here in a meme-worthy Mordschlag. The next blow Dunk lands is what really locks in his ability to actually win this fight in the end. It's an absolutely terrible place to get hit. It is a difficult place on the body to armor, and it is incredibly important to our ability to move, fight, and I'm sure Arian's dignity as well. A timing detail I appreciate here is that Arian getting knocked back and staggered into this torch here is what delays him from making his counterattack to the head, and Dunk is able to close in with his own before that blow lands to his head. This next part right here is probably my favorite example of the armor doing its job. Arian goes for an overhead chop to the head, but it misses and hits Dunk's gorget, doing absolutely nothing, providing Dunk the opportunity to take his sword into half sword, clamp it over Arian's sword, and then take that fight to the ground.